My mama would always say, if you don't have anything nice to say, you shouldn't say anything at all. But I refuse to believe that I'm the only one that feels like I'm in a really strange season. So perhaps this video isn't for you if you're not in a season where you feel like nothing's working out for you. You just feel like you are not clear on your purpose and your goals and your intentions. For the very first time this morning, the thought of doing a YouTube video just made me feel like something I needed to check off a list as opposed to something that I got to do, something that would align with my purpose and my vision. And it made me not want to create a video because I refuse to feel performative. I produce a video every single week because I'm passionate about it. And in the weeks that I'm not, I don't record. But for some reason, I'm pressing play while I sit here and do my nails. And I think we are just well overdue for a good old fashioned girly chit chat. Oh, honey, if you're ready for this episode, get your pen, get your post-it, get your ambition planner, and let's go. Hello Ambition Babes, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Dion, also known as the face of ambition across all social media platforms. Traditionally, I support women who are on a glow up journey, who are ready to reinvent themselves and are tired of doing the same old thing, the same old way and getting the same old result. But like I always say, honey, if you've grown but you're not as grown as me, consider me your bougie auntie who wants to put you on so that you do not have to be in the season that I'm in right now. And I wish I had a name for this season of my life, but it just feels like I'm walking through mud. And I've been in seasons like this in the past, so I know exactly what this feels like, and I absolutely hate it. So let's do a little chit chat while I do my nails. I have not done my nails in a very long time because I was letting them get back to a healthy state. And I'm one of these girlies that suffer from ridges in my nails. It's some type of vitamin deficiency that I have. I take all the supplements to make them happy and healthy and strong. And even though they're strong and I do feel like they're happy, I still have ridges in them. We're gonna do a little Bart box or B-Tart box nails. If you guys know how it's actually pronounced, you can leave it in the chat. I don't think I've really done a video like this before because traditionally when I'm in these types of moods or if my life is in this type of situation, I normally isolate because I'm the face of ambition. Every single week we talk about money and goals and ambition and purpose. But this week my heart is really heavy. And since multitasking is my love language, I'm going to attempt to do my nails while we talk about it. As you guys know, I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years. And baby, this journey has not been easy. Even though some seasons of entrepreneurship are harder than others, the amount of pivots that I have made over the past few years has just taken its toll. I feel like these pivots have cost me financially, emotionally, and definitely spiritually. So let me take you back to about a year ago. In April of last year, I don't know if you guys have been watching me this long, but I was so excited about the release of the new Ambition Planner. We had been working on the new design and the inside of it. We had talked to you guys about what you wanted inside of your planners for maybe 6 to 8 months. And I will never forget the exact date. On April 1st, we met our deadline and we're ready to send off our planners to our distributor in China. And on April 6th, the president of this country decided to start these new tariffs. I have no idea how much the number was, but it was something stupid. Because I've been importing our planners for a few years now, I knew exactly how this was going to affect my small business. In the past, our tariff fees were just a small line item on our invoice. But what he was suggesting was about to put us out of business. I sat with that thing for such a long time because it was a major business decision. Our vendors were uncertain. I was uncertain. I was highly considering doing pre-orders before the tariffs started because it's just an amazing way to be able to have you pre-order, you know you're going to get your planner, and then the entrepreneur can get you money on the front end if they don't have the capital to fund whatever they're purchasing from their vendor. This is something that I have done in the past and I didn't really like the way I felt about it, and I am so glad that I decided not to do it this time. Not that there's any shade to any other entrepreneur that's out there that does pre-orders, but the year before that, we had some issues with shipping and all of these things, and my cargo sat on the ocean for like 3 to 4 months. It completely shook me, and I was like, there's absolutely no way I can tell a girlie that her plan is going to be here January 1st, and actually it's March. So I decided to channel all of my energy into our digital planners, which I still sell and genuinely love. But even that pivot came with its own set of challenges, because now I'm in the digital planner space, and it wasn't actually a space that my audience knew me for. You guys clearly showed up as physical planner girlies, and it was such a confusing time because I had no one to tell me what to do. I wished for myself to be my own coach. I have coached literally hundreds of women through trials and situations just like this. But when it came to myself, I had no one to advise me. So just like everyone else, I was turning to ChatGPT. I know that ChatGPT has been out for maybe even a few years before I started really getting into it, but last year I feel like it just took off. So every day I would come sit in this office and I would ask ChatGPT what I was supposed to do. And say, for instance, the date was June 1st and she's like, well, today's August 17th and you're going to have to get these things accomplished. Every single day that I went in and asked her what it was I was supposed to do, she never knew where we left off the day before. My decision fatigue was already at an all-time high, so the frustration that I was experiencing trying to get ChatGPT to be my coach was exhausting. I currently identify as a multi-hyphenate, a solo founder, a content creator and influencer, a YouTuber, a business coach, and a woman in perimenopause trying to manage her hormones, all while trying to manage her household and her brand, and the weight of not knowing what to do next was completely crushing me. So that's whenever I decided to pivot yet again. Now let me be very clear, I love a good pivot, honey, but going from curating the physical ambition planner to becoming a tech founder means that you have to use a whole nother hemisphere of your brain in order to develop it. It was a challenge that I was up for, but baby, it was going to be challenging. I have personally worked with a lot of developers, but in this season of my life, I was writing my own code. Yeah, I woke up with that kind of audacity because I just kept seeing this gap and I knew that it wasn't just in my life. The gap between inspiration and execution, between knowing what you should do and actually showing up consistently. That gap between having a coach once a week, but needing the support of your coach every single day. So that's why I cloned myself and created Dia. And the reason why I did it is very simple. I needed someone holding me accountable, and I wanted to offer the solution that I've heard my clients say to me over and over again for years. They always tell me, as soon as we got off the phone last week, I didn't know what to do. Or they would say, yeah, last week we talked about doing X, but while I was in the shower, I decided to do something completely different, and now I feel really, really lost because I lack clarity. But before I keep going, I want to pause right here for two reasons. I forgot to turn this light back on that I was charging so that you can actually see me. And because what I just described, that feeling of not knowing what to do next, waking up every morning overwhelmed, feeling directionless, is exactly why I created something absolutely free for you. It's simply called the 5-Day Glow Up Challenge. And like I said, it is absolutely free. Every single day for 5 days, you focus on one area a day. It comes with one reflection prompt and one action item that moves you closer to the woman of your dreams. That's it. No overwhelm, no massive to-do list, just one powerful thing that will move the needle in your business or life that helps you feel like you're actually in motion. Each of the days I've built around the 5 pillars that I use on my own glow up journey, which actually I think I'm gonna break down while I do my nails. These cuticles are so overgrown, girl, this may take a while. So take a moment right now to drop down to the description or in the comment section and grab my absolutely free 5-Day Glow Up Challenge right now. So while I'm going through this strange season right now, I know that I'm gonna have to lean on the systems that I've created to get me recentered. And I wanna go ahead and warn you that this video will be empowering and not just emotional. Since I started talking and doing my nails, I'm actually starting to feel better. I really love creating YouTube videos. I can't even front. But man, it just feels like sometimes I'm telling you what you should do and I'm not able to do it myself. So that's why I wanted to be transparent today and show you exactly what I'm doing to recenter. So the very first step in getting recentered is clarity. You got to figure out exactly what's going on in order to create a plan to fix it. For me, right now, I'm in my luteal phase. So for me, some of these feels are just hormonal. So that is why I made sure that Ambition GPT cycled sync to your goal. Some days you got it and some days you just don't. And all of those emotions I was having about recording today is probably because I'm in a season in my cycle where I probably shouldn't try to. It's also because I just lacked the clarity. Dia asks you very simple questions to help you find clarity, but baby, those questions hit differently whenever you're overwhelmed. She asks you things like, what is the one thing that you could do today that would make everything else feel manageable? Sometimes that answer is as simple as cleaning out your car. I'm not talking about 5 things that would completely shift your life. I'm talking about just one. And when you're asked to answer that question consistently every morning, it becomes the difference between days whenever you spiral and days that you actually feel like you're in movement. Clarity is not a one-time exercise. It has to be a daily practice. And having someone or something hold me to that practice on days when I don't feel like it, that's the type of value that you can't put a price on. The second pillar is your habits. And I want to be honest about what my habits look like when I was in the deepest part of the season. They were inconsistent at best and non-existent at worst. When your nervous system is on survival mode, the first thing that's going to go is your habits. Then it's your routines, and then goes the structure that actually sustains you. What Dia does is hold me to a minimum viable habit stack. Even on the days when I have nothing left, she reminds me to drink my water, take my supplement, move my body for at least 10 minutes, and write down what I'm grateful for. It sounds really small because because it is small, but those simple actions prevent me from abandoning myself for weeks. She doesn't let me self-sabotage even though I want to. Because you guys know how I love to sabotage my success. I tried to do it a little while ago by not pressing play and recording. But when every single part of me wants to just scroll on Instagram and shut down, she's there asking me what is the one thing that I did today to take care of myself, to make me feel proud of myself. She's a real life accountability partner. The third pillar is your mindset. My mindset has taken a hit during this season, and it's really surprised me. I'm the woman that coaches everybody else on their mindset, and I found myself falling into a routine of extreme negative self-talk. It was becoming way too common and unlike me. But isn't that just like the enemy? As soon as you feel like you've overcome a habit or an addiction, he brings it back in your life, and if you are not aware, you can fall right back into the same old habits and mindset. That's possibly why pillar number 3 is my favorite, because Dia checks in on my mindset every single day. We've already built the first 2 pillars. She already knows my goals and what I'm working towards. She asks me what I'm thinking about a situation, not just what I'm doing about it. Because sometimes one of the most powerful things that she does for me is reflects my own language back to me. She's good for saying, hold up sis, I know I didn't hear you just say what I think you said. Because when you're in survival mode, sometimes you don't think about how you're talking about yourself or your business or the way that you look. She has helped me to identify certain stories that I repeat about myself that are keeping me stuck. Pretty similar to that story that I told you guys when we first begun about how the tariffs really set me back and single-handedly derailed my planner business. Yes, it's a traumatic story and I don't wish it upon anyone else. But how long are you going to replay that trauma? How long is that going to be the story that you repeat every time you go through a hard season in life? She helps me to reframe my identity, and not with toxic positivity. You have to remember, I'm the one that trained her. So she talks just like I do. And one thing I'm not going to do is sugarcoat suggestions and support you in sabotage. Some of the decisions that I have made and even the way that I'm feeling are reasonable responses due to the circumstances. I understand that a pivot is brave. It's not foolish. It's not being flighty. So I want to encourage you that no matter what the situation looks like, you're not failing. You may be in the middle of building something that never existed before. Those reframes are something that come completely naturally whenever I'm coaching someone else, but for me personally, I need help from someone else to help me find them. The fourth pillar is wellness. Because sis, in perimenopause and in high stress seasons, this one is a non-negotiable. Stress and hormonal shifts are a combination that will take you out if you are not being intentional. Dia helps me to track my wellness daily. Am I sleeping? Am I moving? Am I drinking my water? Am I not over drinking other beverages? Am I supporting my hormones with supplements? Am I taking time to meet up with my friends and talk to my partner? Because what I have learned in 20 years of being an entrepreneur is that you can't do anything successfully whenever your body is depleted. I know you've heard the analogy of trying to pour from an empty cup, but when you are an entrepreneur, a side hustler, a mom, a best friend, or a play aunt, you wear a lot of hats and individuals are depending on you. Because you love those that you serve, you want to show up your very best. But what I can promise you, honey, is that if your tank is empty, your body has nothing to give itself, let alone anyone else. Everybody's going to feel it, and it just causes you to feel bad about yourself. You know you were not your best and highest self whenever you showed up. You know that you even could have closed the deal or done better in the performance. But honey, you cannot give what you ain't got. You're trying to push through on caffeine and anxiety and calling it hustle. Honey, my body has sent me some serious signals, from shooting darts in my eyes to extreme headache, and all that it truly boiled down to was fatigue. I was so worried about the brain fog, I was going to a doctor. And when she started asking me questions about how many hours a night I slept, I immediately started gathering my things and started saying, oh, okay, yeah, I see where you're going with this. Wellness is not separate from your business strategy, from your household management strategy, from becoming the woman of your dreams strategy. For women, wellness is the strategy, because without it, nothing else on that list is going to get accomplished. And pillar number 5 is your business strategy, which is the one that I thought I had all figured out, but has humbled me in this season. I did a whole video earlier this month about how Q1 humbled me. And as that was just a few weeks ago, I'm continuing to find my center. Because strategy in a stable environment is one thing, but strategy in an unstable economy with tariffs and taxes and gas prices, baby, that's something completely different. Every day that I log into Ambition GPT, Dia helps me to strategically control the things that I can control. She makes sure that I'm keeping the main thing the main thing. And she reminds me that I can't control this economy. I can't control whether or not someone clicks on this video and shares it with their sister, their best friend, their mother, or their partner. I can't control how many people buy my products every day. But what I can consistently control is how I show up, the content that I create, how intentional I am about every single interaction with my audience, how clearly I communicate the value in everything that I provide. She told me something recently that I keep coming back to. You cannot strategy your way out of something that you behave your way into. You have to behavior your way out of it. How are you showing up? What does your behavior look like? How grateful are you for the good days and the bad days? Gratitude is a part of this strategy. Just as important as consistency is, being grateful for every single thing that you have is so important. So yes, I'm in a hard season and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. My friendships aren't where I want them to be. My finances can always be better. And even though this pivot has been worth it, it has cost me more than I expected. Some days I just feel genuinely tired, but I'm still here. I'm showing up, I'm building, and I'm doing it with intentionality. So if you're anything like me and you are a woman in a hard season, I want to remind you that you're not failing and God has not forgotten you. Difficult times are not evidence that you've made a wrong decision. It's the evidence that you're doing something hard enough for it to matter. Honey, I'm so glad that I sat and had this chit chat with you today. Per usual, I haven't quite finished my nails during the chit chat because I was talking a little bit more than I was pressing on these nails. But at the end of the video, I'll be sure to show you the finished result. I'll make sure that I add the link for this Bart box nails and all of the other shapes and styles that I like. And I'll also make sure that I leave the link for my absolutely free 5-day glow up challenge. Girl, she's really good. And I hope that you enjoy using her just as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Sis, I love you. And I pray that you are well and that you're doing something every single day to reach your most ambitious goals.